Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Here is your daily reminder to shop local, and you get a great opportunity to do just that tonight. And here's your OMG fact for the day. The term brain freeze was actually invented by 7-Eleven to explain the pain one feels when drinking, or maybe slurping, a Slurpee too fast. And while we're talking about 7-Eleven, why is the N the only non-uppercase letter in their entire logo? Inquiring minds want to know. But now we do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? A potential redevelopment of the Severna Park Golf Center is in the very early concept-only stage, but it is already drawing attention from neighbors along Ritchie Highway. County officials say that no formal plans have been filed, but a required pre-application community meeting is set for Monday, December 9th at 6 p.m. at the Severna Park Library. The idea on the table is a 130 to 135 unit townhome development at 1257 and 1273 Ritchie Highway, which is where the Severna Park Golf Center is. Residents have already raised concerns about traffic, access, and impacts on nearby neighborhoods, with at least one Arnold resident calling the proposal a horrible idea. If the developer does eventually file, the project would face a full county review, including adequate public facilities, testing for traffic and school capacity, environmental reviews, and multiple opportunities for public input. For now, county leaders are urging residents to show up, listen, and ask questions, and share their thoughts early in the process. Maryland Matters is really keeping its eye on the State House and has really a frightening look at SNAP benefits here in Maryland. Maryland lawmakers are getting a sobering look at the price tag tied to the federal changes in food and health benefits, and it's not small. State officials warn that implementing the H.R. 1, or the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, could cost the state hundreds of millions of dollars starting in 2027, especially in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, formerly known as food stamps. Under the new rules, states will be responsible for 75% of SNAP administrative costs, up from a 50-50 split with the federal government. For Maryland, that means an extra $57.5 million a year just to run the program. On top of that, because Maryland's payment error rate, overpayments and underpayments caused by paperwork mistakes, not fraud, sits at 13.64%, and the state could be forced to pay about $240 million of actual SNAP benefits as a penalty. Similar changes are coming for Medicaid, with new work requirements and more frequent eligibility checks that could bump people off coverage if they miss deadlines. Senate Finance Chair Pam Beidle summed up the overall outlook as, quote, doom and gloom. And state agencies do say that they are scrambling to fix errors and brace for what may be ahead. This will only compound the $1.4 billion deficit that already has us all sweating it out. Self-driving cars are headed our way, well, up Baltimore way. Autonomous vehicle company Waymo has announced plans to bring its robotaxi service to Baltimore. The California-based firm is adding Charm City to a list of 20 new markets alongside places like Philly, Washington, D.C., London, and Tokyo. There is no start date yet, but the rollout will follow a familiar pattern. First, human drivers will map the city's streets, and then trained specialists will sit behind the wheel while the cars drive themselves, and eventually the vehicles will operate with no human driver on board. Waymo's model works much like Uber or Lyft. You hail a ride through an app, and an electric car just shows up. Governor Westmore calls the move a sign of Maryland's commitment to innovation, saying that the technology could help spur growth and make roads safer. Disability advocates, including the National Federation for the Blind in Federal Hill, have long worked with Waymo to build in features like audible signals so blind passengers can find their ride. At the same time, there are ongoing questions about safety after some high-profile incidents in other cities, even as studies suggest Waymo's robotaxis are far less likely than human drivers to be involved in crashes that cause injuries. And I think this gives me one more reason to head on up to Baltimore. I think this is pretty cool. Well, the first Midnight Madness makes its 2025 debut tonight in downtown Annapolis. And if you are heading out with a shopping list or just an excuse to be out past your bedtime, we've put together a hyper-local holiday gift guide for you to go with it. Every year, our roundup is packed with gift ideas from right here in Annapolis and across Anne Arundel County. Boutiques, makers, family-owned shops, experiences, and one-of-a-kind finds that come with a story, not a tracking number. Shopping local keeps your dollars in the community, helps pay local employees, and supports the quirky, creative spots that give this area its character. We've made it easy this year. There is a quick link to the 2025 guide on every single page of our website up in the top right corner. Think of it as your cheat sheet for thoughtful gifts that support neighbors, strengthen the local economy, and maybe even impress that hard-to-shop-for person on your list. And if you want to hear the people behind those storefronts, you want to check out some of our local business spotlight podcasts because we've talked to many of them. Tonight's Midnight Madness runs through midnight tonight and next Thursday, and then at 11 p.m. on the 18th. And I'll tell you, I love these 3 days every year. New Village Academy is moving from blueprints to reality inside the old Lord & Taylor space at the Annapolis Mall, and we've got a new bonus podcast that we dropped yesterday diving into what actually means for local teens. This new public charter high school will be built around project-based learning and weekly internships with Annapolis itself serving as the classroom. In the episode, we sit down with founding head of school Romy Pittman and future student Kimberly Gomez Posada. And Kimberly talks about why she plans to transfer in as a junior and how internships at places like Paws at the Mall tie into her dream of becoming a veterinarian someday. Romy does lay out the bigger vision for a school designed for students who haven't always felt at home in traditional classrooms, connecting them with mentors, businesses, nonprofits, and real-world projects all over the region. If you are a parent, a student, a business owner, or just curious about what the future of high school might look like in Anne Arundel County, this is a conversation worth a listen. You also want to be sure to catch our local business spotlight this weekend. This weekend, I'm chatting with Dr. Eric Corzin at Thrive Sports and Spine, and that is going to drop, as they always do, on Saturday at noon. And in closing, one of the best ways to stay up to date on the local news is to receive the daily news recap email, which says sent out at 7 p.m. every single day of the week. It is free. It is paywall free. And here is a link right here for you to sign up if you're not already. And please feel free to let your friends, family, and colleagues all know about it as well. And that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to the sponsors for today's Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Makerspace. All right, so now you just need to sit back because George Young is here with your Eye on Annapolis local weather report, and Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. All that's coming your way, so hang tight.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Makerspace in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Makerspace is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Makerspace services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Makerspace is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Makerspace in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Makerspace at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at makerspace.com. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Thursday, December 4th. Not a bad weather day yesterday across the Annapolis region, despite being cold out, and it will definitely remain cold through the weekend into early next week, and we'll even have a chance for a little light snow across the area tomorrow. Look for highs today in the low to mid 40s as winds become breezy out of the northwest, gusting over 20 miles per hour at times. Then clouds will be on the increase tonight, and there's a pretty good chance that a little light snow will fall tomorrow, primarily in the PM hours, with high temperatures only in the mid 30s or so, with total snowfall probably around 1 inch, with the weekend then bringing a mixture of sun and clouds, with highs both Saturday and Sunday In the low to mid 40s with upper 30s to mid 40s expected. 4 p.m. highs Monday through Wednesday of next week as temps remain chilly across the region. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. The Muddy Creek Artists Guild is having their holiday art show and sale, running today through Saturday. And it's that time of year where the First Sunday Arts Festival turns into the Chocolate Binge Festival. Drop by the first block of West Street on Sunday to check out all the fun vendors. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, Monday they have an ornament workshop for December. Each workshop is a different theme. At Books for International Goodwill off of Defense Highway, tomorrow and Saturday they're having another one of their big book sales, which is a great fundraiser for the Pearl Rotary Club. Out near Crofton, check out the Wildberry Farms Vintage Christmas Market, and down at London Town Gardens in Edgewater, tomorrow and Saturday, check out their wreath workshops. There's one tomorrow and 2 on Saturday. At Local by Design, the next 3 Saturdays, check out their Sip and Shop Saturdays at the Gallery, over near Chickapin Round Road, where you can meet some of their in-gallery artists and pick up some great gifts. At Art Farm in Annapolis, today, check out their Creative Circle monthly meetup, where you can take some time for yourself, for your own creative endeavors with fun, like-minded people, or you can follow a theme and prompt from Kate. Tomorrow, they have a beginner block printing workshop, making holiday cards and gift tags. Also tomorrow, they have a holiday-themed Turkish marbling workshop, making ornaments as well as cards and gift tags. Saturday, they have Transform Your Photos, photo editing file organizing workshop. On Sunday, they're making festive winter terrariums, as well as their weekly Vibe, Flow, and Chill yoga. And registration is open for more adult workshops, including ones involving herb wreaths, do-it-yourself wrapping paper, podcasting, and others. And Art Farm has some kids' classes still. Today, there's a Fearless Photo meetup, and there's still some kids' art camps, including today with watercolor, liquid acrylic, and ink for grades 7 through 10. Saturday, there's Art and Identity Express Yourself for grades 4 through 6, as well as a kids' art school for grades 1 through 3. On Monday, there's a kids' art school for ages 4 through 5, as well as another one for grades 1 through 3, and also fashion design, sketching, and conceptualizing for grades 6 through 9. On Tuesday, there's a kids' art school for grades 1 through 3, as well as another one for grades 4 through 6. And then on Wednesday, there's drawing and painting for grades 4 through 6, as well as hand-drawn comics for grades 3 through 5. And registration is open for more kids' art camps coming up in January, including more kids' art schools, drawing and painting, comics, fiber arts, and more. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today Brooklyn Park has Steam and Snacks, Odenton has a community quilt sew block, and Glen Burnie has the Thursday Night Art Club. On Saturday, Severna Park has a community service crafternoon, making no-sew winter hats for the library coat drive. Riviera Beach has a Lego Create Challenge. Discoveries, the library at the mall, has a winter crafternoon, making ugly sweaters and holiday cards. And Linthicum has make-your-own simmer pot kits, blending fruits, herbs, and spices to create stovetop potpourri. On Monday, Broadneck has homeschool needle crafters. Odenton has Friends in Fiber Arts, as well as a quilted hexie wreaths workshop, where you can learn the essentials of English paper piercing. And Bush Annapolis has mocktails and makerspace. On Tuesday, Riviera Beach has fiber art fun, making woven heart baskets. Glen Burnie has Little Engineers Constructive Play. Eastport Annapolis Neck has homeschool STEAM, talking about the Atlantic sturgeon. Discoveries has a homeschool art club. Severna Park has Stitching in the Stacks, with both an afternoon and an evening edition. Odenton has a movie and crafts night, watching Frozen 2, and Severn has an open craft night. Wednesday, Bush Annapolis has Nature Explorers Club. Odenton has a teen service club, making no-sew dog toys. Edgewater has Bedazzle a book, and Eastport Annapolis Neck has a cookbook club, with a holiday mocktail party with appetizers. In that unallocated space in Millersville, tonight they have a virtual happy hour. Tomorrow they have a DEF CON 443 cybersecurity meetup. Saturday they have an epic holiday LAN party, playing multiplayer games, competitive and co-op, from 1 p.m. till midnight. Monday they have a project night. Tuesday there's queers and beers and other tasty drinks, an inclusive open house with tasty beverages. Tuesday is their lock sport night with Maryland Tool, as well as their weekly open house. If you have any questions about Annapolis Makerspace, Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. You can find links to all these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Looking for a holiday tradition that doesn't require bundling everybody out of the car? Pile the family, friends, and even the dog into the car and head to Lights on the Bay at Sandy Point State Park. From November 23rd through January 1st, the Chesapeake Bay shoreline turns into a 2-mile drive through Wonderland with more than 70 sparkling light displays and a scavenger hunt to keep the kids busy between wows. It's open every night, including holidays, so you can make it your go-to plan after dinner, after shopping, or after you finally untangle those lights at home. Best of all, every ticket benefits the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, helping care for animals in need all year long. Skip the wait at the gate. Get your tickets in advance at lightsonthebaymd.org. That's lightsonthebaymd.org. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.